secret that we all share. In the darkest hours of the night, you could swear on your Bible, cut the throat of your rival. Whoa! I've been taking my life in my hands and I'm making new plans, yeah. Now I'm starting my life on my own in the burden of love. Yeah. from a rusty grave. Oh, I'm the dead. Oh, I'm the plague. Why, oh, the gods of war, they'll howl and cry for blood. Cry, oh, the gods of war, they'll howl and cry for with a ship of fools. You can smuggle in Moses and his book of rules, but you can't take a mother and give her back her son. What kind of freedom is bought with a gun? People like to build their prison walls when they're afraid to look inside a thousand points of light. How the muzzle flashes in the night, and the freedoms you profess to hold won't bring the dead back from the cold. Political speeches, they're lying in the mud. Nothing else matters but money and blood. Tyranny of freedom is do what you like. There's a world gone crazy cause it can't say no. People like to build their prison walls when they're afraid to look inside a thousand points of light. Are the muzzle flashes in the night, and the freedoms you profess to hold won't bring the
that makes these thousand points of light shine? What is it that will make America a kinder and gentler nation? Perhaps I should ask who is it?
There should be time It never came, maybe never will. Sometimes I don't know. Those days are gone, Lord, I hide where I just can't see. I'm still there, catching your tears before they fall to the ground. You're walking away, you couldn't stay. You need a change of heart. You're walking away, you couldn't stay. You need a change of heart.
life friend of John Paul Getty. I'm a five-star gazer, I'm an all-nighter raver. I'm an anything you wanna be if I can get your sympathy. Welcome to the circus, I'm the killer clown. Welcome to the circus, hey, gather round. Two sides to life, two sides to fun. The one who does it and the one that gets done. you see is chasing their illusions. Take a drive and sink or swim, but in the end you're in the same pollution. In your world, escape is swift. The nonsense list is all you need to know. In the land of dreams, you make the right connections, then you'll be the hero. Ecstasy, the call to me, provides our institutions. You can live forever with a grave instead where people used to function. You can join the saviors of our culture, vultures circling overhead my sky. Like a sin of gluttony won't set you free, but Betty Ford can help you try. You can get all the things you never needed. You can sell people crap and make them eat it. But where is our John Wayne? Where's our sacred cowboy now? Where are the Indians on the hill? There's no Indians left to kill. People die with oxygen and all their money can't afford a breath. People starving everywhere and staring in the face of death. Prostitutes and politicians lying in their bed together. You can be the savior of the poor, making up the policies to open up the back door. You can get all the things you never needed. You can sell people crap and make them eat it. Where is our John Wayne? Where's our sacred cowboys now? Where are the Indians on the hill? There's no Indians left to kill. Where is our John Wayne? Where's our sacred cowboy now? Where are the Indians on the hill? There's no Indians left to kill. You can get all the things you never needed. You can sell people crap and make them eat it. There is no John Wayne. Where's our sacred cowboys now? Where are the Indians on the hill? There's no Indians left to kill. Where is our John Wayne? Where's our sacred cowboy now? Where are the Indians on the hill? There's no Indians left to
For too long now, there were secrets in my mind. For too long now, there were things I should have said. In the darkness, I was stumbling for the door to find a reason, to find the time, the place, the hour, waiting for the winter sun and the cold light of day. The misty ghosts of childhood fears. The pressure is building and I can't stay away. I throw myself into the sea. built are crumbling. The water is moving. I'm slipping away. I've thrown myself into the sea. Release the wave, let it wash over me. To face the fear I once believed. The tears of the dragon for you and for me. I throw myself into the sea. Release the wave, let it wash over me. To face the fear I once believed. The tears of the dragon for you and for me. From the golden brow of a morning hill, the shadows rise in the early still. The earth is cracked and the dust is cold. The embers glow and the fire is old. Mountains
can't drink the water. Elvis has left the building. Elvis has left the building. Things are too different to belong together. All things are a part. Elvis has left the building. I am feeling extremely unwell. The other day I spoke to my wife. The toast is burning in the kitchen. Something very strange is going on.
to see the carnival, come to witness fear. Come and see deformity, all human life is here. A double-blind experiment on who's the last to die. A 50-year conspiracy of murders and of lies. Angels out there in your white coat so serene, divine in ways outdying, so I've seen, so I've seen. While Washington was bothered about knickers and G-strings, and men were busy hiding evil things, evil things. A raiding house, you were there, and the sins of your fathers, and the breeding house, the breeding house, 731. The sins of your fathers are the sins of your sons. Welcome to the world, young man. Welcome to the world that I have planned for you. It's all come true. Welcome to the city's gates, camps of concentration for the poor, but not at my door. Welcome to the searchlights and the TV eyes. Watching you, watching me. Welcome to your new apartment. Welcome to your block of fear. You're welcome here. step on the foolish cracks so I won't cry. The sky is blue, the weather seems appealing. I lay my hand upon the armored glass. No more blood, I think my wound is healing. Should I open it up? Give it a try.
Secrets in my mind for too long now. There were things I should have said in the darkness. I was stumbling for the door to find a reason, to find the time, the place, the hour, waiting for the winter sun and the cold light of day. The misty ghosts of childhood fears. The pressure is building and I can't stay away. I throw myself into the sea. Release the wave, let it wash over me. To face the fear I once believed. The tears of the dragon for you and for me. to break. I have no power over this. You know I'm afraid. The walls I built are crumbling. The water is moving. I'm slipping away. I throw myself into the sea. Release the wave, let it wash over me. To face the fear I once believed. The tears of the dragon for you and for me. Slowly I awake. Slowly I rise. The walls I built are crumbling. The water is moving. I'm slipping away. I throw myself into the sea. Release the wave, let it wash over me. To face the fear I once believed. The tears of the dragon for you and for me. I throw myself into the sea. Release the wave, let it wash over me. To face the fear I once believed. The tears of the dragon for you and for me. Think that it's all over and you've walked your ragged mile. The winds of change are blowing all around. Stop and look, you're not the only one on the road out in the night. Take some time to find a partner. It does take time. Winds of change roll over us. 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 In a world of desperation where we struggle to be free, there's a truth in inspiration to break the chains of you and me. Looking round, we have our visions of what is and what could be. And in the heat of passion, oh, you can be set free. Winds of change roll over us. Winds of change roll over us. Winds of change too weird. You were too weird. You were too weird to be flying by night. I shot for the moon, but you turned out the light. Took a stab at the sky without a how. I took a touchdown right at the stars. I've been laughing all my life and waiting for a smile. Over and out, she threw me over and out. Joker is back, laughing in the hiding bush. The Joker is back. The Joker is back. He's wild in the bag. The Joker is back, laughing in the hand of the king of the bush. Fuck yeah! Laughing in the hiding bush. The Joker is back, laughing in the hiding bush. The Joker is back, laughing in the hiding bush. He's wild in the The Joker is
Time travel. Not yet, but maybe soon. Time travel. Voyage of the chosen few. Not yet, but maybe soon.
bending part out. If you can't see the roof, there must be a ceiling. If you can't find a door, it must be locked in. Cover your bases, cover your vest. Cover your ears, east and west. Where do you wanna go? Where you wanna go? I don't want you to send me. Where do you wanna go? I know where you wanna go. I don't want you to send me. There's something about a nozzle I like. Baby, the way they wave at you expectantly in the summer heat. Yellow lines on policemen. Why? Most alternative Seattle ball out. How would you know? How would you find out? How can you see the wood for the trees? Trying to find a species to rhyme with the birds and bees. When the world is run by things that squirt, and it is, better watch the skies for holy dirt. Go home on the bus and have your tea. Come have a vulture meal with me. Where do you wanna go?
Not yet, but maybe soon.
I've been
ideas, a place to be. I'm coming back seriously. silent sleeping vampire arisen from its grave as I am still and quiet in the dark. The only sign of breathing, a flicker on my skin. The only sign of life, my beating heart. What does it take to open my eyes? What does it take to register surprise? What does it take to feel joy? What does it take to feel pain? Floors creak, but doors are still. I've read all the books about being ill. I know the truth, and truth knows I'm right. One day you will fear me in the night. A drowning man sees daylight coming up for air. I've been working hard for this all my life, and I like it this way. I know they're staking out my house. That's why I'm quiet like a mouse. I don't know love, but I know what's right. I feel my sickness every night. My TV